Good morning. Today we are doing pyramids. I gotta draw pyramids. Okay, so I practiced, so we'll see how good it comes out. All right. Now, the volume of a pyramid is actually different than a prism. Okay, so a pyramid looks like this. It comes to a point, whereas a prism it doesn't, because you have two bases. You have a top and a bottom, and then here's your rectangular prism. It has a top and a bottom. But on a pyramid, it just has one base, and then all the lateral faces are triangles, and it comes to a point, okay? So when you think of pyramid, yeah, think of Egypt, okay? We know what they look like, all right? Now, the way we name them, the first word is going to be the name of the base. So this is a square, and then it's a pyramid because the lateral faces are triangular, okay? So we do have a square pyramid. We have a rectangular pyramid. We also have a triangular pyramid. And those are fun, okay, especially with the formula. So let me show you the formula that you get for these guys on your star chart, okay? It's going to look a little different. So it's V equals 1/3 B, capital B, little h. Okay, so you can write that down. You can always press pause when you need to, all right? Now, the capital B still represents the exact same thing as the prism. It represents the area of the base, okay? So that still represents area of the vase. So V still represents volume. Okay. Now we have this 1/3. All right. Now, if you remember when we did triangles, we had 1/2. And 1/2 meant to divide by 2, right? So 1/3 means you're going to divide by 3. Okay. You're going to divide by 3. So I guess I can write it down here for you. So 1/3 means divide by 3. That's what that means, okay? And the capitalized B still represents the base, okay? So we need to put the formula for the area of the base here. Area of base, okay? So that represents the same thing. And that's why it's important you understand how three-dimensional figures are named. So if it is a rectangular or square pyramid, you're going to put the formula for a square or rectangle right there, which is just base times height. But if it says triangular pyramid, that means the base is a triangle, and you're going to have to put the formula for the triangle right here, which is 1/2 base times height. That's why I said it gets fun when you get the triangular pyramids. And then H still represents height of the pyramid. So height of pyramid. Okay? Now I'm going to show you the two types of pyramids you're going to see. The rectangular or square pyramids, and then the triangular pyramids, okay? And I'll show you the difference between the two formulas. That way you have them here in your notebook, okay? So there's what the formula means. Let me show you the two that you'll be dealing with, okay? So the first one is going to be our rectangular or square pyramid. So I'm going to put it right here. Rectangular pyramid. Okay. Which means the base is a rectangle or a square, and then it's a pyramid, okay? So they look like this. So we're going to draw. This is how we draw it. Draw a parallelogram. Okay, so it's a rectangle that's slanted. Okay. Now we're going to go up 1, 2. From this line right here, this point. 1, 2, draw a dot. And we're going to connect every endpoint as straight as we can to that dot. And that is a square pyramid, okay, or a rectangular pyramid. And the reason it's called that is because of the base. The base is a square or a rectangle, okay? Now, the formula for this one is going to be V equals 1/3. Now, the area of a rectangle here is a square, or a square is just base times height, and then the height of the actual pyramid itself, okay? So we're doing base times height, times height. Let me white out. base times height, okay? And then the height of the actual pyramid is going to be how tall is it from way up here to way down there, okay? That's the height there, okay? So that is our rectangular pyramid. So you're just going to be doing base times height, divided by 3, okay? All right. Now let's do the pesky one. This is the triangular pyramid. Okay, triangle, and then this is the one I had to really practice. All right, so how does it look? Okay, I'm going to go here and we're going to draw a triangle. And the triangle is going to be, again, at an angle. So I'm going to just go, I don't know why I say it like that. We're going to go ahead and draw it like this. Okay, so there's my triangle. And now where this dot goes. So on this, the point closest to you, I'm going to go straight up, 1, 2. There's my dot, okay? And straight as I can go, all my lines will go there. See? And here's my base highlighted so it can pop out for you. My base is a triangle. So my base is a triangle, my lateral faces are triangle. There's your triangular prism, okay? The formula is different. So volume equals, it's still 1/3. No matter what shape your base is in, you're dividing by 3, regardless, because it's a pyramid, okay? Because it's a pyramid. Now, here's the tricky part. The base on this guy is a triangle. So you have to put the formula for a triangle, which is 1/2 base times height, and then the height of the actual pyramid again, okay? So let me pretend this is a right angle right here. So we're going to do base times height of the triangle at the bottom, and then from the tip of the pyramid down to the base, the height of that. Okay, so it's still base times height divided by 2, multiplied times the height divided by 3. Okay, so on this one, you divide twice. Okay, that is the tricky one. You can actually divide once if you want to. All right, if you can think that way. And the reason you can divide by once, if I do 1/3 times 1/2, I get 1/6. So I can divide by 6 if I wanted to. Okay. If not, if you want to keep the formula as is, then you would have to divide by 2 and divide by 3, or divide by 6. Okay. It's up to you which way you feel more comfortable with. All right, let's get into the examples. Okay. Get my fine point pen here. And we're going to start off with a square pyramid. So if you remember how to do the square, so I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to make a square that's kind of like a rhombus. It's going to be a rhombus. Okay, because it's slanted. There, it's slanted. Okay. Now from this endpoint, I'm going to go up 1, 2. There's my dot. And now as straight as I can go, I'm going to be connecting all my endpoints to that dot. There we go. And I'm going to highlight the base just so it stands out and it's better. Once you highlight the base, you can see the picture better. All right. Now, usually if we were in class, we would definitely have cutouts. Okay, I used to have cutouts that we can actually cut them out and do all that fun stuff with. Okay, that way we wouldn't have to draw. So I'm going to say this is 2 centimeters. It's a square. And the height, sometimes they'll do a dotted line down the middle and off to the side like that to make that right angle right there. And this will be 3 centimeters. Okay, or they'll put it out like this. So just either one. Okay, I'm just giving the numbers you need right now just to get used to the actual formula. Okay, so let's go ahead and write down the formula. It's 1/3 area of the base times the height, 1/3. So that should tell you, okay, I'm dividing by 3 somewhere. All right. Now, my base is a square. So I'm going to put the formula for the square right here, which is just base times height. That one's easy enough. And don't forget the height of the actual pyramid. Good rule of thumb, you're going to be needing 3 numbers because it is 3-dimensional. Okay, 3-dimensional. So don't just put base times height and think you're done. This just represents the capitalized B. Okay. All right, let's plug in our numbers. The only difference is now you have to do that 1/3. So the base and the height of the square is a 2 by 2. So 2 times 2. And the height of the pyramid, it's 3 centimeters tall. That goes right there. Okay. Now it's time to do math. Let's see. 2 times 2 is 4. Bring down that 3. I'll save for the dividing for the end if you want. 4 times 3 is 12. And then now I have to do 12 divided by 3, which is 4 cubic centimeters, or centimeters cubed. Okay, and that's it. So it looks kind of the same depending on the base, right? Just like a prism, we did base times height, except on this one, because it's a pyramid, you have to divide by 3. You have to divide by 3, okay? Think you got it? All right, let's try another one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it off to the side. That way I don't have to waste so much space. So we can do some examples, more and more examples. All right, let's try a rectangular pyramid. Okay, so how do we draw this? I'm going to go ahead and I'll go down one more. And I'll use 2, just like that. Now we're going to say this is a rectangle, okay? And remember at this point here, go up 2 places and do those straight lines to that point. Just like that. Yeah, this got away from me. It's okay. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and it's a rectangle, so I'll say this is 7 centimeters, 8 centimeters, and then I'm going to do the height like this from here to here. Let's call it 12 centimeters. Okay, that we can see what it looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight that base for us to make it pop. There. All right. Let's go ahead and start doing the formula. Okay, so you can always press pause if you still need time drawing, and then press play whenever you're ready to go. You're in control. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the formula. Cannot forget that 1/3 area of the base times the height. Okay, now it's time to plug in. I see that my base is a rectangle, so I'm going to put that formula there, which is just base times height, and the height of the actual pyramid itself. Okay, so far so good. Luckily, I have 3 variables, I have 3 numbers, so nothing is extra on this one, so I'm pretty good. Okay, so I'm just going to have to not forget to divide by 3. So my rectangle is a 7 by 8, so 7 times 8, and the height is 12. Let's go ahead. I'm going to multiply first because I cannot divide 7 by 3. I'll get a decimal. I don't want that. So 7 times 8 is 56, and then times 12. Okay. So 56 times 12 gave me 672. Okay. And my final step, I'm going to divide by 3. So 6 divided by 3 is 2, 2, 4. 224 cubic centimeters. All right. So again, it's pretty much just base times height divided by 3 because we do have a pyramid here. Okay, it's not a prism, it's a pyramid. All right. So base times height divided by 3. Good. You ready for those tricky triangular pyramids? I'm not. I don't like to draw them. But here, we're gonna try our best. I'm gonna try my best. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a right triangle, I think. I'm gonna say it's a right triangle. Somehow. All right. This point, I'm gonna go 1, 2, and that's where I'm gonna go. Boom. Okay. And here is my base. Just like that. Okay. And then, yeah, my right angle is supposed to be here somewhere. Right there. Okay, it's kind of wonky, but there you go. And then we're going to say this is 6 meters. The height over here is 10 meters. And the height from here to here, let's say 12 meters. Okay. Oh, and I'll give you an extra number. Let me say that this is 3 meters over here. Okay. All right. Now, first things first, on this one, I see 4 numbers, so I already know that I'm going to have one that's extra. Okay. But let's go ahead and start with the formula. It's still 1/3 area of the base times the height because it is a pyramid. Now here, where it's going to change. My base is not a rectangle anymore. It is now a triangle. So I'm going to replace this with a triangular formula and the height of the actual pyramid. Okay. It looks complicated, but if you just take it 2 numbers at a time, you'll be fine. Okay. So now here's the hard part. Let me go ahead and find the numbers. Since I'm doing the triangle, let's look at the triangle at the bottom. Sorry, triangle at the bottom. Okay. Look for that right angle, and it's going to tell you the base and height of that right angle, which means the 3 is extra. So it's a 10 by 6. 10 by 6. And the height of the prism and pyramid, sorry, is 12. Okay. So this right here is the height of the pyramid. How tall is it? It is 12 meters tall. Alrighty. Now it's just a matter of doing math. Take it 2 numbers at a time. Don't freak out. Oops. This is a 2. Sorry, 1/2. Okay. Take it 2 numbers at a time. I'll save that 1/3 for the end. So I'm going to do 10 divided by 2 because 1/2 of 10 gives me 5. 6 times 12. Okay. I definitely don't want to do 1/3 of 5. That's going to give me a decimal. I don't want to do the decimal. So I'm going to just leave 1/3 there for now. And I'm going to do 5 times 6. 5 times 6 is 30 times 12. Ooh, but look at this. Now I can divide 30 by 3 and get a nice pretty number, right? 30 divided by 3 is 10. And then lastly, I have 10 times 12, which is 120 meters cubed, or cubic meters. Okay, just like that. Boom. I'll go like that. So on a triangular pyramid, you need to make sure that you divide by 3 and by 2. But you can do whatever you want to. If you saw here, I saw right here that I can divide 10 by 2 nice and evenly, so I did it. I saw here I could not divide 5 by 3 evenly, so I did not do it. But here I'm like, oh, I can divide 30 by 3, and I did because it gave me a nice pretty number. Okay, so you can decide when to do it on your own. Want to try another one? Of course you do, because you're not here with me, so I get to decide. All right, let's try to draw another triangular pyramid. Okay. All right, so on this one, I'm going to draw, there's my triangle here. Point towards me, I'm going to go 1, 2. And here are my points as straight as I can get them. Oop, that went off a little bit. And here's my right angle. Let's highlight to make it pop. I always like to highlight the base. That's one thing I did when I would take the, well, it's called the STAR now, but when I would take R test when I was younger, I would always get my highlighter and highlight the bases. It was just easier for me to see and identify. All right, so here let's do 7 miles. Here I'll do 10 miles. And then the height, I'm just going to make those lines out here. So from top to bottom, we'll say this is 20 miles. Just pretend, just making up numbers. All right, I could have made it taller. That's all good. Okay, so there's our numbers. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the formula. 1/3 area of the base times the height. I highlighted it there for you for a reason. That base is a triangle. So let's put the area of a triangle. 1/2 base times height, and the height of the actual pyramid. Okay? Now right here, as you rewrote it, I see 3 variables. I see 3 numbers. Oh, I don't have to think extra. All the numbers I need are there. Okay? So let's plug them in. So 1/3 times 1/2, 10 by 7. 10 by 7, those are my right angles. Those are the 2 numbers I need, 10 and 7. And the height, that's 20 miles tall. Okay, and you see where those numbers come from. Let it soak in. And now we'll start doing our math. So 1/3 is here. I can divide 10 by 2, so that's going to give me a 5. Okay. Now if I look at that, 5 divided by 3, I can't do that evenly. So I'm going to leave the 1/3 alone for now. And I'm going to do 5 times 7. That gives me 35 times 20. 35 cannot be divided by 3 evenly, so I'm going to go ahead and multiply. So 35 times 20 is 700. Okay. And this probably means I'm going to probably have a decimal here. So I'm going to go ahead and do 700 divided by 3. Gives me 233.3333. Okay, so let's go ahead and round to the nearest tenth. So I'm going to go ahead and do 233 and 3/10 miles cubed, or cubic miles. Okay, so you will get a decimal if you can't divide throughout the whole thing. You divide at the end and then check the answers to see if they want you to round to the 10th, the 100th, or leave as is. Okay, this one, since it's a repeating decimal, it's round to nearest 10th, and we got 233 and 3/10 cubic miles. Okay, so rectangular pyramids is just base times height divided by 3. Triangular pyramids is 1/2 base times height divided by 3, dividing twice. Okay. All right, time to try it out. So, try to draw these here with you. So we're going to try it out. On your answers, if it's a repeating decimal, just go ahead and round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so I'm going to give you one of each. So here is our rectangular. Trying to use those lines to my advantage. Okay, from here I'm going to go 1, 2, I'll go 3 up, see what happens. Straight line, straight line. Oh, not too bad. Okay, I'll highlight it for you so y'all can see it better. There's the base. Okay, and then the numbers. Let's say this is a 14 meter by 10 meter, and it is from here to here, it is 19 meters. Okay, actually 18. We'll make this 18. 18 meters. Okay. All right, and then let's do the triangular one. So that's work there. So number 2, Let me make a triangle. I'm not good at making the triangles. Okay, and we're 1, 2, 3. I tried, but there's your base. All right. Numbers. Oh, here's my right triangle right there. We'll do 27 meters. We'll do 9 meters. And then how tall is it? I'll go from here to here. We'll say that is 12 meters. All right. Go ahead and press pause. Oh, there you go. Sorry. Go ahead and press pause and see how you do. And then press play when you're ready to see my answers. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with the top one here. Okay, so the formula you should have written down is the one on your formula chart, 1/3 area of the base times the height. I'm going to go ahead and replace the area of the base with a rectangle's formula, which is base times height, the height of the pyramid. The numbers are 14 by 10, and the height is 18. Okay, I'm going to do my math here. I know I can't do 14 divided by 3, so I'm going to do 14 times 10 is 140. Okay, cannot divide by 3 yet either, so I'm going to do 140 times 18, 2520, 2520. And then I'm going to go ahead. Now I have to divide by 3. So divide by 3 gives me 840. 840 meters cubed. Just like that. Okay. Y'all get 840? Okay. On this one, it was just 14 times 10 times 18 divided by 3. Now let's do this one. This is the one where we might have some problems. So let's see. Volume equals 1/3 area of the base times the height. Volume equals 1/3. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height, and the height of the actual pyramid. Okay. Don't forget that 1/2. Here's my right angle of the triangle, so 27 and 9. And then 12 is the height. Okay. Can't divide 27 by 2, so I'm going to leave that there. 9 times 27 gives me 243. So 243 times 12. Still can't divide by 2 evenly. So 243 times 12. 2,916. Oop, that's supposed to be a 2. Keep on wanting to do 3. See, even I make mistakes. Y'all got to be very careful. Good thing I caught that. Okay. Now I can, well, you could have done 1/3 times 2/3 is 1/6 and divide the whole thing by 6. I'm going to show you how to get the same answer, okay? But if you want to do it this way, it's fine. So 2916 divided by 2 gives me 1,458. And then I can do 1,458 divided by 3 gives me 486 meters cubed. Okay, now let me show you. If I had done 1/3 times 1/2, I would have had 1/6. So I would have had 1/6 times 2,916. So let me show you. If I divided 2,916 divided by 6, because I did 1/3 times 1/2, I get the same answer. Okay, so you could do that. That's a shortcut if you want to do that. If you see a triangular prism, essentially you're dividing by 6. Okay, so that is a shortcut you can do. All right, if you ever forget, just follow the formula. It's right there. It shows you how to answer these, okay? All right. Go ahead and start on your assignment. If you have any questions on the assignment, come to Google Meet. I'll answer them the best I can. All right. Y'all have a great day. Bye.